On July 28th, in the city of Glendale, the Armenian Bar Association put together another successful event, 2022 Annual Workers' Compensation Judges Night. Through the generosity and commitment of sponsors like Davana Law Firm and others, lawyers of Armenian heritage came together to congratulate and honor 3 prominent judges for their outstanding achievements within the legal field. Lucy, what distinguishes tonight's event?
Thank you, Arsha Luis. As you know, the Armenian Bar Association takes great pride in trying to advance the careers of Armenian lawyers throughout the judicial system. This evening is about honoring 3 distinguished judges within the workers' compensation area. In the American judicial system, courts are divided. We've talked about criminal courts, we've talked about civil courts. This particular area is a more unique, specialized area of the law where the judges hear exclusively about cases where workers have been injured at the office. Our Bar Association is blessed to have a number of very successful attorneys who are experts in this area. You'll hear from some of them this evening. And the significance of tonight is focusing exclusively in the area of workers' comp.
What's next for the Armenian Bar Association on a broader scale?
Arsha Luis, we have already talked about some of the wonderful programs that the Armenian Bar Association has here. Last time we talked about our pro bono clinic, we talked about our program with the Artsakh Ombudsman. We have 2 new students who are coming from Artsakh who are graduates of Artsakh State University. We're very excited to be welcoming them. But in relation to that also, the Armenian Bar Association is continuing its work to participate in various levels within the United Nations. And we're very proud of that work, and I hope we have an opportunity sometime again with you, Arsha Luis, to discuss that further.
Tina, you worked very hard and you put together a beautiful program. What's so special tonight?
So, Arsha Luisjan, I started out as a work comp practitioner. Now I do a little bit of work comp and PI, but I mainly represent people who are catastrophically injured, who've had brain injuries. And the work comp system and our judges worked tirelessly during the pandemic to make sure that our clients got their benefits, got to put foot on the table, got the medical attention that they needed. And so tonight's about gratitude, and it's about thanking them for all of their efforts and ushering us through the pandemic. And of course it's special because it's the first opportunity we've had as a community to come together with our judges, with our colleagues to celebrate since the pandemic, and we're all really looking forward to it. It's long overdue.
Saro, you're one of the founding members of the Armenian Bar Association. What is the mission of the Armenian Bar Association?
Yes, Arsha Luis. So the Armenian Bar Association was founded in 1989, and our primary mission is to help develop a rule of law society in Armenia, and to also we do pro bono work here in the United States, and we have various committees that actually perform the work of the Armenian Bar. We have an Armenian Rights Watch committee. We look out for any discrimination against Armenians, and if necessary, we take action to protect the rights of Armenians anywhere and everywhere. For example, we've had judicial exchanges where judges from Armenia come here to the United States and judges from the United States go to Armenia. We've also had our annual meeting in the city of Sushi, where we wanted to bring the situation in Artsakh to the world's attention. And we've also have a pro bono clinic right here in Glendale, which serves the community, all members of the community, with their legal needs, and make sure people have access to justice and legal aid when they need it.
Judge Rasp, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Arsha. It is such an honor to be honored by the Armenian Bar Association. I appreciate it very much. I am so excited about the Armenian Bar Association. They do such great work for the community in Glendale and throughout the country, and it's an important movement to assist Armenians and everybody who associates with the organization. They're such a great philosophical organization for everybody.
Judge Velzy, congratulations. You're being honored tonight. What are your feelings?
Thank you. I'm very honored to be here tonight. This is such an amazing event, and I think it serves such a vital role to our community. I really do. I think it's great for us all to get together. Arsha, I really think the Armenian Bar serves such a vital role in our community. They offer so many services. If you check out their website, they have services for students, they have internships, they have mentoring programs, and what better way to shape the future of our legal community than offering these programs to our young students. So in so many other ways, they really do serve this community in their pro bono work and so many other different ways. It's just such an honor to be here and to be honored by the Armenian Bar Association.
Congratulations once
Thank
again.
you again. Thank you again.
Liana, you've been a long-standing member of the Armenian Bar Association. How important is tonight's event?
Thank you so much. Tonight's event is a really important night for our workers' compensation community. It's a night where we get to gather all of our judges in our work comp community and bring them together to honor them. Arsha Luis, tonight we bring them together. The last time that we had all of our judges together was back in 2019 before the COVID pandemic. So tonight's a really special and memorable night for our community just to be gathered together and enjoy a night out.
Judge Mirpur Jacobson, congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here and a part of the best community I know, the Armenian Bar Association. It's truly an honor. Arsha, as an Iranian American judge, I'm proud that I am part of another diverse group of attorneys and judges. And we've been to many of the Armenian American Bar Association events. This is my first time as a judge. In the past, it's only been as an attorney. Their involvement in the community, from every aspect of pro bono work and being involved to help others, it's something for the entire community to be proud of, not just the legal community. And it's an honor to be here tonight.
Have fun.
Thank you. We're looking forward to having fun tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Please stand for the national anthem, first in English and then in Armenian, by Anahit Nersisyan.
Stripes and bright stars through the Pyrenees fight, o'er the rivers we watched, were so gallantly streaming.
To our second annual Workers' Comp Judges Night. It's so nice to see all of our friends and colleagues under one roof. This is so long overdue. It's really great to see everyone. Thank you for coming. You know, we were supposed to have this night in June, and then the civil folks called and they wanted our date. So we graciously agreed to give them our date. And then before we knew it, it was, you know, they spent months planning their event and fundraising and getting it together. They had a committee of 10, and I sponsored too. It was wonderful. And then 3 weeks ago, we're like, holy, this Judges Night is coming up, and we, you know, we're it. We got to put this together. So we put together a committee of 5. I just want to have them stand up real quick. Liana Dergregorian, Arthur Hovamessian of my office, Saro Kerkonian, our chairwoman, Lucy Larbezian. Am I forgetting anyone, guys? Jamie Berenson, my honorary Armenian sister. Where are you? So we got on the phone. We raised like 50 grand in a half hour. Whoever we called said yes. We pulled it together. I'm very proud of what we've accomplished. Not that it's a competition, but it kind of is. So I just want to say a quick thank you to the sponsors, to our platinum sponsors tonight. Thank you to Acts Law, Boris Trezon, Calitri Lawyer of the Year. Stand up. Congratulations on starting your employment law division. Every work comp attorney should know them because every comp case has an employment crossover. McDessian, George McDessian, my dear friend, criminal defense attorney for all your criminal defense needs. A to Z Legal, where are you? My friend Andrew Zaytunsian is not even in the country, but he said yes to me and he sent his beautiful associates. Thank you so much for coming and sponsoring tonight. My friend Haru Keosian and Devana Law, neither one of whom are here. They too are out of the country, but they sponsored. Thank you all for making tonight possible. I really, really appreciate it. I have a TBI practice. I specialize in brain injury litigation on the civil side and on the comp side. And on the civil cases, I've got cases that have been delayed 2 years, 3 years, and I've got plaintiffs that are waiting for their cases to be adjudicated. So tonight's theme is one of gratitude. I want to personally, from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of our organization, thank every bench officer in here for working tirelessly to usher us and our clients through some of the darkest days we'll ever see during the course of our lifetime. I want to say thank you for treating our clients like they're your own family and administering justice to them with ever-changing rules and regulations and government mandates on Zoom, on the phone, any way you can. We really, really appreciate you. And thank you for taking to heart the fact that your rulings are essential and they make the difference of whether or not my client gets to put food on the table or get that life-sustaining surgery that they need. And thank you for defying the stereotype of government employees just not giving a shit and showing up every day and cranking out these rulings in record numbers during the pandemic. Thank you so much. I want all of you to please stand and get a round of applause. Judge Rasp is one of the smartest judges I know, and every time I've got a novel question of law, I alternate between you and Judge Feddersen and Judge Kahn so that you guys don't get sick of me and stop answering my calls. Not only is he one of the most intellectual judges, but he apparently also has some musical talents that we'll get to hear in a little while. Welcome, Judge. It's an honor to have you. Jacobson, Mayor Pooh Jacobson. It's such an honor. I had the privilege of getting to know you in our WOW group, Women of Workers' Comp, and I just want to say thank you for being such a strong example of what a woman in leadership and public service looks like. I Shep. Thank you all for joining us. Congratulations. And definitely not least, Judge Belzy. Not only are you one of the kindest human beings I have ever met, all of the attorneys from the plaintiff side and defense side alike adore you because they know that you're going to set your predilections aside and give their client a fair shake. And you do it with the utmost decorum and kindness, judicial kindness. And so when you were elevated to the role of PJ, we were all really delighted because we knew that that would trickle down through the board, and it has, even though I was secretly sad to lose you as a trial judge. But I hear that you're taking on a small trial calendar on top of everything else you got to do, which speaks volumes to who you are. So. My firm is also a proud platinum sponsor of this event, so I want to give a shout out to my crew. Thank you guys so much. Heavenly thank you to my dear friend Edvin Manassian, who lost his battle with cancer during the pandemic. Edvin was a great friend to me, and he introduced me to this organization with two others and brought me onto the board 10 years ago. And I just adored him. And his partners, we didn't even call and ask them. Marty Tenenhouse. Marty, where are you? Thank you so much for sponsoring and keeping his memory alive. And so many other organizations he gave so much of himself to. Thank you, Marty. I want to thank our chairwoman. Where are you, Lucy? There you are. Thank you for, even though I rotated off your board, thank you for giving me the freedom and the latitude to put on this event. That means so much to me, and for allowing me to do it in my own way. Thank you. I want to congratulate you for revolutionizing this organization, which used to be an old boys network. Sorry, boys, but it kind of was. And, you know, accomplishing something that I didn't honestly think was possible. We still got a long way to go, but I commend you. I'm proud to call you my friend. I love you. I'm going to ask you to come up here and say a few words to my comp family.
Tina was the first phone call I made when I became the chairwoman, and I said, Tina, we need to change our image. We need to change the way the bar looks to the outside world. We're going to allow more women to participate in the Armenian Bar Association, then we need to look differently on our social media platforms, at events like this. And we need to have more women who are taking the helm and speaking. And so Tina has contributed to the Armenian Bar every time we have called. We know how busy her life is. We know how she juggles quite a bit. We see it on social media. But she has always said yes to the Armenian Bar Association. So thank you so much for all of that. I do have to disagree with you on one point, though, and that is we do host 2 judges' nights annually, and the reason for that is work comp needs a special night, and you could see it by the people who are here tonight. I don't think that we could honor the judges and recognize them and recognize the field quite like we can if we were to have the whole thing in one evening. So I think it may have started by accident, but now it's by design. So I think we should definitely continue in this way going forward. The last time we were here, there was one thing that Tina said, and that resonated with me. And she said that the judges in the work comp field administer justice to the most noble citizens that this country whose backs on this country was built upon, and that's the working class. And her saying that made me think about, I've been a lawyer for 25 years, but her saying that has made me think about work comp in a very different way. She said tonight is about gratitude, and it is about gratitude. We thank our sponsors. I'm going to say 2 words about the work that the Armenian Bar Association does. We just have one quick second to get, just one quick second for your attention. I know the food's wonderful. But we have a pro bono clinic right here in the city of Glendale. We help those who are unable to access justice, either through funds or through language barriers or through just trust issues. And so we are able to offer a pro bono clinic, a pro bono legal clinic, and it's through these sponsorships. Another one important program that we do, and that is offer scholarship assistance to young students coming from Artsakh. I'm not going to get into the specifics of that. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to the work that the Armenian Bar Association does in Artsakh. But in about 3 weeks, we are going to have 2 Artsakh University graduates come to Southwestern Law School for an LLM program, and we're very proud of that. And if it isn't for programs such as that, those students would not otherwise have an opportunity to travel and further their education. So that is it. I'm concluding my remarks.
While I was saying my thank yous, I forgot to thank someone super important in the room, Judge Zaven Sinanian. Judge Sinanian is a Superior Court judge, and he's the head of the entire mediation department there. And he was kind enough to attend, and I just want to say thank you for always supporting the WorkComp chapter and everything that we do. We're thrilled to have you with us tonight.
I'm Leanna Dare Gregorian, a practicing workers' compensation attorney at ODG Law Group. It has been a true pleasure planning this evening and working side by side next to Tina Ojagian and my fellow committee members Saro Kerkonian and Lucy Varpetian, bringing our workers' comp community back together in one room to honor our judges. It is a privilege and absolute honor of mine to introduce our very first honoree, Judge Nikki Merku Jacobson. At the Armenian Bar Association, we consider Judge Merku Jacobson to be a true rising star. She took the bench at the Van Nuys Workers' Comp Appeals Board in September of 2020 in the middle of the pandemic. While others may have shied away from this opportunity given the challenges and uncertainty that COVID brought forth, she rose to the occasion and fully embraced her new role with vigor and passion. Whether you've had the chance to appear before her in person, through life-size, or simply a telephonic court call, we can all agree that her energy is positive, vibrant, and absolutely emerging. Prior to her appointment with the WCAB, she had an esteemed and unique legal career where her journey in law was inspired by her own father's dealings with immigration from Iran to the US. She initially began her career as an immigration attorney and soon thereafter married into workers' compensation. I personally remember my first encounter with Judge Merku Jacobson, and it was a few years back when she was a practicing attorney and was hosting a seminar for a local CAW meeting discussing the crossovers between immigration law and workers' compensation. I must say that I walked away from that chapter meeting in awe of her brilliance and knowledge in such a complex and intricate area of the law. An extremely impressive fact that some of you may not know about her is that she is the first and only state-certified legal specialist in both workers' compensation and immigration. When she's not in the courtroom, she is a professor of law at West LA College, mentoring and teaching aspiring professionals all about workers' compensation. She's also the administrator of an amazing Facebook group called WOW, which stands for Women of Workers' Compensation, where she's created a platform for all women across the field to come together, collaborate, and support each other in law and the day-to-day administration of justice. With a big round of applause, I'd like to welcome the amazing and honorable Judge Nikki Merku Jacobson.
Thank you everyone for being here tonight. As our presenter indicated, I married into comp 22 years ago, and 12 years ago, Shep came home one day and said, whether you like it or not, you're doing workers' comp. And that's how my story started, and I'm proud to be part of a workers' comp community and a workers' comp family. I owe tonight to my father. I am a true American dream come true. A refugee from Iran who came to the United States at the age of 8 with not a word of English, and had a father and a mother who believed in their 3 daughters and their son, and a father who would constantly say, my daughters can do anything a man can do. Most of you in this room who are Iranian or Armenian know that it's a rare thing for a father to tell his daughter, don't think about getting married, don't think about any of the things that you're supposed to do. Do what you are meant to do. And he was that, and so was my mom. And I'm very proud to have you both. And I will leave it on this note. I'm blessed to come from a family that has always been supportive, but I'm more blessed that I'm married into a family with a husband who just tells me fly, and I go fly. Thank you for always letting me fly. And last but not least, I'm blessed with 2 awesome kids, Warren and Gabriella, and thank you, thank you, thank you.
Each honoree tonight is going to receive a special piece of artwork that is original artwork of an artist right here in Glendale. Her name is Sirun Yeretzian, and you'll see the theme of each artwork is the peacock, and that's a national symbol of Armenia. And Sirun Yeretzian, the artist, patterned these artwork after a 12th century artist named Toros Roslin. He wrote illuminated manuscripts that are present today at the Getty Museum. They're treasured works of art, of ancient works of art. And so we have this plaque for Judge Merpu Jacobson, and I'd like to read the inscription. The Armenian Bar Association proudly acknowledges the Honorable Nikki Merpu Jacobson. From ancient lands to the New World, you have embraced your family's enduring legacy, which is the embodiment of the American promise. You have attained the pinnacles of success in the field of law, fulfilling the dreams of your beloved father, that his daughter have every opportunity that his son has had. Newest among the corps of distinguished jurists of California's Workers' Compensation Appeals Board, you have already demonstrated that in your courtroom, above all else, the rule of law reigns supreme. Congratulations, Judge Merpu.
Of course, I wouldn't be a judge if I didn't have one more thing to say. Thank you. We come from a community that is very self-aware, and we're all part of each other's lives, whether applicant or defense. But I will forever be indebted to Rose Klein and Marius for being there when I needed them, in all ways being there for me. And I want to make sure that they are recognized for that. Thank you.
I now want to invite up one of our favorite judges, Judge Feddersen, who is a former honoree, to come up here and introduce Judge Rass.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you, everybody. So I have been given the unenviable task of coming up with a brief introduction for a man with lengthy accomplishments. And you can see his biography in your program. You can also see it in any of his numerous publications. If you've read that line that says about the author, you get the idea. He graduated from Loyola Law School in 1981. That's more than 40 years ago. He had his own practice for more than 35 years. I think some people in this room might not be 35 years old. he got not one but 2 undergraduate degrees from UC Irvine by the age of 20. So he wasn't old enough to legally drink a beer yet, and he had 2 degrees from UC Irvine. This is an impressive fellow, and the list goes on and on. He's handled work comp and SSDI cases. He's the chairman of the board of Friends Research Institute. He's an adjunct professor of law at Pepperdine University. He wrote 2 chapters in the Hanna Treatise, and he's a contributing author and editor of what is now called Rasp and Herlick, California Workers' Compensation Law. And someone once said to me, if you have a question about workers' compensation law, you can't ask Stan Herlick anymore, but you can ask Robert Rasp. And if you ask him a question, guess what? He will answer it. Anything I'm asking him to do, he's done it. He's taught with me. He's been in a band with me. And he's so generous that he was the inaugural DWC Community Service Recognition Award recipient in 2010 for his service to the workers' comp community. So he is a very worthy recipient of this. He's been the Latino Comp Judge of the Year, of course. He's received so many awards, I don't think I could list them all. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that little maroon volume called The Lawyer's Guide to the AMA Guides and Workers' Compensation Law. You may have it on your bookshelf. It's the best thing. You should have it next to your AMA Guides. He's an expert in the AMA Guides. But I'm going to bore you with that. Let me shift gears here. So people are called rock stars, metaphorically. You say someone's a rock star, right? If they're really good at something, you might say Tina's a rock star lawyer. But PJ Rasp is a literal rock star. He plays keyboards in the CC&R band, which you'll hear a little bit of later. And you may not know this, but growing up, he played with the original members of Quiet Riot. So you could say he was in Quiet Riot, and he also jammed with Randy Rhoads. That's not a comp attorney named Randy Rhoads. That's the Randy Rhoads who played with Ozzy Osbourne. That Randy Rhoads. And if you don't believe it, ask him. It's true. So it's my pleasure and honor to introduce PJ, rock star and Renaissance man, Robert Rasp, who's going to say a few words for him.
Wow. How could anybody decline a invitation like this? Thank you so much, Judge Feddersen, for that introduction. Kind of embarrassing. My God. I want to thank the Armenian Bar Association. You guys do so much great work for the community. And it's all about the community. It's all about service. And that's what we all do. You know, when the pandemic hit in March of 2020, I had been appointed as a PJ in Los Angeles at the second largest appeals board office in the state. And I am proud to say that with the leadership that we have, we were able to handle 24,000 cases a month in hearings while the Superior Court shut down. So we have been able to manage ourselves throughout the state and do a great service to everyone. So my tribute is not only to you, the Armenian community, and what you do for your community and ours, but it's also to all the judges in the state of California and the leadership of the DWC, WCAB. Because without them, all of them had been judges themselves and know what we do. And you know what? This is the best job in the world. Ask any judge, especially the newer ones. It is the best job in the world. After 35 years of practice, it's not giving back to the community. We gave back to the community already. This is a step higher than that. And those of you who know about what we do substantial justice in every case. That's implementing the constitutional mandate. And it is a pleasure to do that. It is a pleasure to teach you, the community, and the new judges what that means and how to do it. And we encourage all of you to continue what you do, is to recruit new people, young attorneys that come into our system and teach them how to practice workers' comp law and how to practice Social Security disability law. I think every workers' comp attorney on the applicant side should do both. It would be the utmost service to the community. So in closing, I want to really thank the leadership, the board of directors of the Armenian Bar Association for this honor. I am absolutely humbled by it, and I'm very proud to be here and to accept the award. Thank you so much.
I'd like to read the inscription on Judge Rast's artwork. It says, the Armenian Bar Association proudly acknowledges the Honorable Robert G. Rast for your renowned scholarship in the field of California workers' compensation law, for your unparalleled tutelage of the bar and elevating us to attain the highest levels of professionalism, for leading us seamlessly through the great challenge of our generation, ensuring that our courts continue to provide access to justice, for delighting us with your magical musical virtuosity, blending harmonies and melodies with your bandmates to the joy of all those who experience your rockin' rhythms and playful lyrics. Congratulations, Presiding Judge Rast.
We've got one more honoree, so if we can give our introducer and our honoree the courtesy, I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to invite up my dear friend Sado Kirkonian.
Thank you, Tina John. I also would like to acknowledge Martin Tenenhaus. He was my partner along with Edwin Minasian, and we're truly honored that you're here, Martin, in representing the Tenenhaus, Minasian, and Adam firm. I always remember what you said at Edwin's funeral. The days were long, but the decades were short. We truly miss Edwin every day in our organization and our lives. I don't know, I also wanted to thank the host tonight, Ara Kalfayan of Phoenicia. I don't know if he's here, but Ara's my cousin, and I hope everyone's having a great time. Is everyone having a great time? All right. Well, my name is Sado Kirkonian. I'm with the firm of Stratman and Williams Abrego, and I also want to thank you all for being here and joining us for the celebration. And I have the honor of introducing our final honoree this evening, the Honorable Presiding Judge of the Van Nuys District Office, the Honorable Sharon Velzy. Now, Presiding Judge Velzy has had a very distinguished career, and there's some information about her in her biography in the program, but that doesn't tell the whole story. Oh no, there is so much more, and some of it has a uniquely Armenian flavor. Many of you don't know this, but Judge Velzy presides over the board with the highest number of Armenian employees in the state. Some of them are sitting over there, I think, right there. Van Nuys board. Okay. I have learned from unreliable sources that since Judge Velzy has assumed the leadership in Van Nuys, there has been some drastic changes. For example, during coffee breaks, the brewed drip coffee has been replaced with strong Armenian coffee in the little cups. Just listen on any calendar call, and you will see here the long list of Armenian litigants and attorneys appearing before our Van Nuys judiciary. Thanks to a special training program implemented by Judge Velzy, our Van Nuys judges have become very adept at pronouncing Armenian names. Judge Velzy recommends that our judges follow a simple 4-step technique. Pause for a moment, take a deep breath, tell yourself, okay, I can do this. Finally, Don't panic when you see more consonants than vowels. And then it goes something like this. Okay, next on the calendar, Hampartsum Khachadurian versus Acme Inc. Present, Your Honor. Yes, got it, all right. Anyway, all kidding aside, I want to say when I reflect on Presiding Judge Velzi's legal career, it is one that demonstrates that dreams can come true. Indeed, big dreams do come true. But the accomplishment of big dreams doesn't come easy. It takes many hours of hard work, perseverance, and commitment that go well beyond the duties which she is compensated for. Presiding Judge, as chair of the Education Subcommittee of the California Lawyers Association Workers' Comp Executive Committee, Presiding Judge Velzi coordinates and oversees all of the workers' compensation legal seminars that the California Lawyers Association puts on throughout the year. This approximates 100 hours of the highest caliber of MCLE programming. In doing so, she elevates all of us to be the best advocates we could be. And we thank you for that, Judge Velzi. In addition, she serves on the Diversity, Inclusion, and Equity Subcommittee, which Judge Broussard chairs. Thank you for being here, Judge Broussard. And Judge Velzi has been instrumental in developing a model policy to ensure that our state's workers' comp education programming is truly reflective of all of us. Finally, Presiding Judge Velzi hasn't stopped at fulfilling her own dreams, but just as importantly, I know for a fact that she devotes countless hours of her time mentoring and encouraging young students to pursue a career in the justice system. For example, for the past several years, Judge Velzi has been a keynote speaker at Southwestern Law School's Success in Law event, which seeks to promote, which seeks to promote legal education among communities that are underrepresented in the field of law. She explains to the students the many benefits of a career in law and encourages the students to apply as an intern at the Van Nuys WC. This just represents the surface of Presiding Judge Velzi's exceptional legal career. Presiding Judge Velzi, congratulations on your well-deserved appointment as the PJ of Van Nuys, and we wish you many years of good health and utmost success as you lead our courts.
For that truly entertaining introduction and the kind comments you've made. And I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. It's such a great evening. And the colleagues, friends, my daughters, Melissa and Megan, the night wouldn't be the same without the two of you. I'm very blessed to have the both of you in my life. So I know that the highlight of these evenings or these events are speeches, so I just kind of wanted to show you what mine looks like tonight. And Tina said I could have as much time as I want, so I decided I'd cut it down to just under an hour and a half, so you'll have plenty of time to eat and drink, okay? So, of course, I'm just kidding. But I do want to take a few minutes and express my gratitude to the Armenian Bar Association for putting on this amazing event for all of us to come together. The flyer for tonight's event says, join us for an evening of thanks in honoring our judges. And I know that thankfulness has been brought up several times tonight, but this evening is really about so much more than that. It's about the community and coming together in celebration of our judicial system, right? Isn't that why we're all here? We're encouraging each other and supporting each other. Just look around this room tonight, and we have doctors coming together, law students, clerks, secretaries, applicants' attorneys, defense attorneys, and judges. That's pretty impressive. Everyone here, and I mean this, without everyone in this room, we wouldn't have the system we have. So everybody that's here plays a critical role in the vital services that we provide to the injured workers, the employers, and the citizens of the state of California. So thank you to everybody here. And I'm going to kind of comment a little bit about what Judge Rask also said. The workers' compensation community, I think, is a very close-knit community, and again, that's obvious by all of us here this evening. So the Associate Supreme Court Justice Louis Brandeis once said, most of the things worth doing in the world had been declared impossible before they were done. Think what the workers' compensation community did coming together through COVID. Shortly after this country was shut down by COVID, within a few weeks of that shutdown, the board quickly reopened, right? And we moved immediately to remote hearings and was able to hear the cases without causing unnecessary and lengthy delays to our employers and, more importantly, to our injured workers who need the benefits. Before COVID, most people would have thought it was impossible to hear cases without in-person hearings. I think most of us in here would agree. It's like, you can't do it. You can't, how do you do a trial, right? But we did it. We did it. We have hearings over the phone for our conferences, and we moved our trials to life size, which is a virtual hearing, and it's worked for all of us. Right? So I think workers' comp set the standard. We were able to provide access to the court and to the legal process through the use of our technology. Right? We did it, and we did it quickly. And as Judge Rask said, we did this before the civil courts and the criminal courts did it. We moved much quicker. Much quicker. Our litigants didn't suffer the same kind of delays. They were able to obtain their benefits and their decisions much quicker. As a community, we pulled together and we made it work. We made the impossible possible. To the law students in the room, and I don't know where you are, but I know we have some here.
I'm here, right here.
Great. So if you're the only one in the room, that's okay. I just want to say to you, don't let anybody tell you that your dream is impossible. Sometimes the road may be challenging, but it is with passion and conviction and courage, and you will achieve your dreams. Okay, so good luck to you. I love to see the youth. I love to see the youth. I really do. You're our future. So my passion for the law developed pretty early in life. I think I was about 5 years old, and I told my mother, I want to be a lawyer. I'm not sure I knew what it meant, but that passion stayed with me all my life. I grew up in a small Midwestern town, and I saw how people with different socioeconomic backgrounds were treated differently. Poor people didn't get the same access to justice, and they didn't get the same quality of representation. And I have to say that that's what really motivated me to become a lawyer. I wanted to make sure that we had fairness and equity in our legal system. So I began my legal career as a criminal defense attorney, and I chose to represent indigent criminal defendants. Many of my defendants were accused of first-degree murder and sometimes second-degree murder, and lesser charges as well. But I volunteered a lot of my time to the Innocence Project because I thought it was very worthy to give access to these people that didn't have representation. Thank you. And I have to say that although I volunteered a lot of hours, I got more out of it than I gave. It was such a rewarding experience. When I became an attorney, I took an oath. I took that oath seriously, and I was devoted to providing competent and vigorous representation to my clients, as their lives truly depended on my dedication and attention to detail and attention to their cases and attention to their stories. All these experiences have humbled me and inspired me. When you become a judge, you also take an oath of office. You swear to defend the Constitution of the United States, and you swear to defend the Constitution of California, and faithfully to perform all duties assigned to you. So public confidence in our judiciary system is essential and is preserved when we as attorneys and judges and doctors and law clerks adhere to our oaths of offices and maintain the highest standards of conduct in the performance of our duties. So one of my favorite quotes, and many of you have heard me use this quote before, and it's written by Socrates approximately 2,500 years ago, right? So Socrates described the characteristics of a good judge when he said, 4 things belong to a judge: to hear courteously, to answer wisely, to consider soberly, and to decide impartially. This is still true today, and this has been what I've aspired to do as a judge on the bench. And I hope that I can encourage and inspire younger judges to do the same, because it really is important. Thank you. Thank you. As the presiding judge in Van Nuys, I hope to encourage and provide the environment where legal professionals can exemplify all the highest ideals our legal system promises, but doesn't always live up to. Because the rights of some are not safe unless the rights of all are protected. And I want to say that that duty is on all of the attorneys in this room and the judges. That is our responsibility to protect the citizens of the state of California. So I want to say thank you to all of you for the great job that you do and the hard work that you do to represent our communities. I'm so honored to receive this award tonight, and I do thank the Armenian Bar Association for the service that they provide to our community and for this amazing evening. I've looked at the website and the services that they provide, and I think you should be very proud of your organization, and I want to say thank you to everybody who participates in that. And with the deepest of gratitude and from my heart, I want to say Shanor Golem.
All right. Okay, Judge Velzi, congratulations. And the proclamation reads, the Armenian Bar Association proudly acknowledges the Honorable Sharon L. Velzi for an exceptional legal career as advocate and jurist, as you have stood tall to take the helm as the presiding judge of the Van Nuys District Office of the Workers' Compensation Appeals Board, the busiest courthouse in California's workers' compensation system. For your selfless devotion to the fair administration of justice and the independence of our judiciary amidst the most challenging of times, exemplifying the very best in public service. For your compassionate, sincere, and visionary leadership, helping our workers' compensation hold a bright future for all who seek access to justice. July 28, 2022, Congratulations. And we have another special presentation for Judge Velzi. Her dear friend and colleague from the California Lawyers Association, Elizabeth Furlow, came from San Francisco for tonight and wants to get beautiful flowers. All right, that's very nice. Very touching. All right, now we have a really special treat for everybody. Oh, there they are. There they are. Are you ready for some rock and roll from CCNR? Woo!
moved up to 80 grand. I'm bored with corruption down. They're shouting demand. Unemployed living in a van. But he's DJ. He don't care what you want. He's DJ. He just don't care what you want. He's DJ. You ought to get away. You ought to get out. Go run back to Marina Del Rey. Oh, there's a great claim for
For advertising on Inside TV, please call 818-653-0199.